Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about how I drank a gallon of water for an entire week. I decided to do this challenge just because I knew I'm not much of a water drinker. I really don't drink that much water really ever. Honestly, I don't really drink anything. Like, it's not like I drink like a bunch of soda or juice instead of water. I don't really drink much at all. Which is a problem because that means I'm just super dehydrated. So I decided to challenge myself by drinking a gallon of water every single day for an entire week. So during the challenge, I started on Sunday as my very first day, and I used my big like gallon water bottle, which you'll see in the clip, and I tried just using that to fill it all the way up and then just drink it all through the day. So throughout the day, so I only would have to worry about filling up the water bottle once. And then it also has like little like time slots, and like it says like some words of encouragement to keep you on drinking. But that didn't last long for me personally, just because I prefer water when it's cold. I've drunk plenty of water that's been like lukewarm and just like room temperature. So I can drink water, but like if I'm going to have to drink a gallon of water, I don't want it to be warm the entire time. Obviously you're thinking, okay, so why don't you just put ice in it? Well, obviously, like if you put ice in something that is a gallon and you expect it to actually keep the water cool, you would have to put a lot of ice in it, and then obviously then you'll end up drinking more water, and I didn't want to drink any more water than what I absolutely had to. So that's why I didn't just like put a bunch of ice into the water. And so what I eventually did on the first day is I started off in the water bottle, but what I eventually did was I just got a cup that was like a 16-ounce cup, and I would just put some ice in that and then pour my water from my water bottle into my cup, and then I would just like come back every hour or every other hour to fill up my little cup. So struggle one with me drinking water was room temperature water just wasn't for me, and so I didn't even bother the next day to even try to use my big water bottle, even though it would be really convenient. I just knew that like I would end up just pouring it into another cup so I could have like cold water. So I didn't even bother with that. And so for the next few days I just did the water, and I just kept on refilling up my cup over and over again, and I used like a 16-ounce cup. So I would have to drink 8 glasses of the water, and then eventually I decided to do a smarter thing. Instead of having to fill up a cup 8 times in the day, I just used one of my older water bottles, and it's like a thermal water bottle, so it will keep my water cold, but then at least it's 40 ounces. And so then once I was using that water bottle, I would only have to fill up that water bottle 3 times instead of having to fill up a cup 8 times. And then I would just have to, like at the end of the night, drink like a small 8-ounce glass of water, and that would be enough water for my day. So that's basically how I ended up drinking my water throughout the week. But as far as like what happened and like what I experienced, so basically number one, probably like the most obvious thing when it comes to drinking a lot of water, is I had to pee so much. And that was honestly like one of my biggest concerns going into it, because I've had times in my life before where I tried to drink more water, and like that was the one thing that like made me not want to do it, was because I would have to pee all the time. And honestly, the first day kind of tricked me, because the first day really wasn't that bad. The first day, like it was like I did go to the bathroom more than I would normally go, but it wasn't like inconvenient. But then the next day, and basically for the rest of the week, for the most part, it got a little bit better by the end of the week, but it still was like a lot more than what I was used to. So after the first day, I was going to the bathroom like constantly. I honestly think there were literally some times where I would go to the bathroom like twice in like a half an hour sometimes. But I probably could say I was probably at least using the bathroom at least once every hour, except for like when I was going to bed. But like even then I would most likely end up waking up in the middle of the night having to go to the bathroom, which is definitely not ideal. Like I would rather sleep all through the night and not have to get up in the middle of the night just because my bladder is full. So that was a struggle in itself. So maybe if I did it longer, my body would have gotten used to it, but that was like the biggest inconvenience. So as far as drinking the water, another thing that I kind of struggled with a little bit too was just water doesn't have any flavor or taste to it or anything like that. So that was a little bit of struggle, but like it was a little bit easier for me because like just drinking nice cold water was like fine for the most part. But like by the middle of the week I was kind of tired of just drinking plain water with like no flavor or anything like that. And so the one day I did put like some lemons and stuff in my water. Honestly I don't think I like lemon water because I've tried that before and I wasn't crazy about it, and I tried it again and I wasn't crazy about it either. I would have tried like other like fruits and like, you know, like you can put like cucumber and stuff in water, but we didn't have any fruit or anything at the time, and like I wasn't about to go out to the store just to get some strawberries just so I can like to just get some fruit just so I can drink water. I just sucked it up and drank plain old water. So that was like one thing. I know like a lot of times I've seen people say like they lost some weight and stuff when they drank more water. I personally didn't really experience that, but I did experience like with drinking the water, I felt full a lot of the time. And so like, well, I shouldn't say a lot of the time, but like I felt full a lot. So like I think just drinking more water made me feel like less hungry, and so I think in a way helped me not overeat. So I think that was really nice. So I can totally see how some people could lose weight with drinking more water, just because I feel like it maybe like helps balance out that like hunger part of your brain. Another thing people say a lot that changes is their skin, and like they say like it helps with like their under eye bags and like stuff like that. I didn't really have like a lot of under eye bags. I will move closer to the camera and like take my glasses off right now. Before I didn't really have that much under eye bag stuff. I do think as far as my skin, like my skin does look different, but that could also be because I've actually been putting effort into actually getting a skincare routine. But I do think the water has helped along with that though. So my skin I feel like looks a little bit more like glowy and like a little bit more bright, and like the skin tone is a little even. But like again, I think I also am using like actual products to help with that, but I do think the water has helped along with it. So I think it's like both. And then another thing as far as my skin is the fact that my skin normally, like I feel like my face especially is like really warm and everything, but it feels really cool now, and it feels like just very supple. Like it feels like, you know, that it's well moisturized, you know, and it just feels like nice, like buoyant. I don't know what I'm saying, but like it just feels really nice. So that's like one plus to the water drinking, is like my skin feels really nice. And another thing that I would say as well is a difference that I've experienced since drinking the water is I feel like I do have a little bit more energy, or like at least I felt like during the time like I would typically get a little tired like in the afternoon and stuff like that, and I didn't get that way when I was drinking water. Like I mean, it could be partially because I had to keep on going to the bathroom, and like I had to keep on remembering to drink the water, because that's another thing that I struggled with sometimes, is sometimes I would just get into like something and I'd start doing something and I'd completely forget to drink water. My conclusion of this journey, or this challenge, basically would I drink a gallon of water again every single day? Probably not, because really you're really only required to drink, I think it's like 60% of your body weight of water, and then like if you're physically active, drink like a little bit more than that. So I don't need to drink that much, but I definitely think drinking more water is definitely very, very beneficial. I definitely am going to try to drink more water regularly. I definitely think it's like a good thing for people to experience, just seeing how your body is when it is full of water and fully hydrated and everything. And another reason why I probably wouldn't drink a gallon again is just because I don't want to spend my life going to the bathroom, because that's like the biggest negative I think that's like the only negative really of drinking that much water, is you will have to go to the bathroom a lot. And that's all I have to really say about that, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, you can comment, like, or subscribe to my channel. But thank you guys for watching. Bye.